7 traits of a dark empath, the most dangerous personality type. The smile that knows too much. There's a kind of person who understands your pain, but does not always wish to heal it. They listen deeply. They read your emotions like an open book. They can comfort you, calm you, and make you feel seen. But beneath that warmth, something else quietly lives. A shadow. This is what many call a dark empath. A dark empath is not just cold like a narcissist, nor purely kind like a true empath. They are both light and shadow. They feel, but they can also use what they feel against you. There's a proverb that says the same knife that cuts bread can also spill blood. So, let me take you through the 7 traits of this complex and dangerous personality, the dark empath. The dark empath, the first trait of a dark empath is that they understand you deeply, but use it strategically. A dark empath can sense your emotions quickly. They notice your tone, your silence, your eyes. They know when you are hurting, even when you pretend you're not. But here's the danger. They don't always use this understanding to help you. Sometimes they store it, they wait, and when the moment comes, they use it. There's a young woman named Amina who once trusted a man who always knew the right words. When she was sad, he comforted her. When she was insecure, he reassured her. But one day, during an argument, he said quietly, "That's why your own family doesn't trust you." The very wound she had once shared in tears was now used as a weapon. So, not everyone who listens to your story is rooting for your healing. Number 2 trait of a dark empath, they are charming but calculated. Dark empaths often appear warm, kind, and likable. People feel safe around them. They laugh easily, they speak gentle, and they seem emotionally intelligent. But behind that charm, there can be calculation. They know what people want to hear and they give it. The sweetest fruit can hide a bitter seed. James was known as the good man in his community. He helped others, spoke kindly, and seemed humble. But those closest to him noticed something strange. He only helped when people were watching. In private, he could be cold and dismissive. His kindness was not always from the heart, but from strategy. Number 3 trait of a dark empath is that they manipulate without raising suspicion. Unlike loud manipulators, dark empaths are subtle. They don't shout or force. They guide, suggest, and influence quietly. You may not even realize you are being controlled. They might say, "I just thought you'd be happier doing it this way. I'm only saying this because I care." And slowly you begin to doubt your own thoughts. The most dangerous chains are the ones you don't see. There's a man named Peter who always made his friend feel like his ideas were slightly off. At first, it sounded like advice. Later, it became doubt. Eventually, the friend stopped trusting his own decisions and depended fully on Peter. That is silent control. Number 4 trait of a dark empath is that they feel emotions but lack true compassion. This is what makes them different from pure narcissists. A dark empath can feel your emotions, but feeling is not the same as caring. They may understand your pain, but still choose not to help, or worse, benefit from it. There's a proverb that says, a person may see your tears and still hand you a knife. They can cry with you today and betray you tomorrow. Lena opened her heart to her close friend during a difficult time. Her friend cried with her, held her hand, and promised loyalty. Weeks later, that same friend shared Lena's secrets with others for attention and praise. She felt Lena's pain but did not protect it. The number 5 trait of a dark empath is that they struggle with guilt, but not enough to change. A dark empath may feel guilty after hurting someone, but not deeply enough to stop. They might say sorry, they might even seem sincere, but their behavior often repeats. A snake may regret its bite, but it still carries venom. They live in a cycle. Hurt, apologize, then hurt you again, then apologize. It keeps repeating like that. David would often hurt his partner with harsh words. Later, he would come back with flowers and tears. I didn't mean it, he would say. But the pattern never changed. His guilt was real, but not strong enough to transform him. The number 6 trait of a dark empath is that they can switch personalities easily. One of the most confusing traits of a dark empath is the ability to switch. Today they are kind, tomorrow they are distant, next day they are loving again. This emotional inconsistency keeps people confused and attached. There's a proverb that says the river that changes direction often can drown the careless swimmer. Maria described her partner as two people in one body. Sometimes he was gentle and loving, other times cold and unreachable. She stayed hoping the good version would stay forever, but the shifting never stopped. Number 7 trait of a dark empath is that they create emotional dependency. A dark empath often makes you feel like you need them. They understand you deeply, support you sometimes, withdraw at other times, and this creates emotional hunger. You begin to chase their approval. When someone controls your emotions, they control your choices. A young man once said, I don't even know who I am without her anymore. She had slowly become his emotional center, his comfort and his confusion. He was not just in love, he was dependent. The hidden danger. A dark empath is not always evil. Sometimes they are wounded people who learned to survive using both empathy and manipulation. But that does not make the impact any less painful. There's a proverb that says, even a wounded lion can still kill. So, guard your heart, but do not harden it. Listen to people, but watch their patterns. And kind words mean little without kind actions. The greatest protection is not knowing every enemy, but knowing your own worth. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. And please share this video widely to all those who may need it. Drop a comment below, like this video. Click that like button if you like this video or if you found the video very useful or helpful. Thank you.